Hey there, Patriot. I know what you want to do. You want to celebrate America from the Linux command line. Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to do here today. Let me just show you exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm going to bring up Emacs here, and I'm going to bring up a terminal, not inside of Emacs. I'm just going to bring up the GNOME terminal because it allows you to use emojis. See that? Let's see if I can make this bigger. Look at that. You see, I've got my username here and the name of my local server here, and I got an American flag right there. So you can actually see that what we're going to do here is put the beautiful American flag in our command prompt here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, now so I've already done it, but I can run you through the process here that I went through. So basically, Uh, what is uh, what is an emoji basically? In another video, which I'm not sure if I've published yet, I basically joked about how I think emojis are kind of silly. I guess I'm kind of old, but I think in this instance, it is a good use case for using an emoji. So, because you can get a lot of nice, high quality little icons, and you can decorate your little command prompt here. So I'll show you how we got there. Now, I'm going to provide a link to an article on my website that goes through all these commands and things that we're going to run. But basically, all you need to do in your Linux distro, um, you may already have emoji fonts installed, but if you don't, there's one thing that'll be helpful. If you sudo, no, I don't want to actually do it. If you sudo apt install font manager, you'll get this nice thing called the font manager where you can actually look and see what fonts you have installed. Give it a minute because I guess you might have a pretty big database of fonts. And if I start typing emoji in the search here, you see I have emoji 1 and the Noto color emoji list, which I would recommend the second one here because it has the US flag right there. And I'm not sure the other one might have it, but I couldn't find it in there. I'm sure it's there, but anyway, the Noto color one is fine. I think it's from Google, but I don't know. But it's basically a font, and like any other font, you can throw it in different places where fonts are accepted. The issue you might run into is if your terminal actually allows for emojis or other types of graphics. Some are only text, so you might not be able to get it in there, or you might have to use a monochrome version and color it yourself using Bash. So I'm using the GNOME terminal here because they're supported by default. So it's an easy way. You can just throw it right into your Bash prompt here, and it works just fine. So the for installation of the actual font package, you'll do sudo apt install fonts noto. It may not be doing any tab completion here because color emoji, there it is. Fonts noto color emoji, and I've already got it installed, so I'm not going to run that. But that's what you need to do. And importantly, you need to, in order to access it, you have to make sure that the programs you're using can see it. And the easiest way to do that is to actually put your fonts in the .local slash share slash fonts. Oh, I'm not going to cat a directory. That's not what I meant to do. We'll ls that directory. So you see I've got some different fonts when we list out the contents of that directory, and you'll see here there's noto color emoji.ttf, Fira code, that's what I use in Emacs, and octacons. Well, we got a few things in here. That's all good. But basically, you want to make sure to get the Noto color emoji font into this directory so you can make sure it's accessible. Um, and the best way to do that, go back to your font manager, and you can actually see here, you can right click copy location. And what that'll let you do is you can CP, copy and paste the location, and then of course the desired location would be .local share fonts. And then run that, and then you'll get a copy of it there in your local /share/fonts directory. Let's clear this ugly screen. Come on back. So let me just check the steps here. So now we would have put the font in our local directory. What you want to do is you there's a there's a command that you have to run, at least in Ubuntu, or I don't know what font. Oops, it ran it for me there. The command, as you can see, is fc tac, or not fc dash cache tac fv, and that will update your font cache. I guess it does something in the background there, um, but not to worry. That should all be good. And I would recommend, after you're done, just do a quick reboot to make sure that everything's good. I'm not going to reboot it here. And then final step, actually putting it in your bash prompt. So I've got a directory called .files. I have a bash config in org mode here. So this is, if you see here, I just grabbed this one because that is I believe that is the default bash prompt that comes with my distro here. So I just copied that and put it at the end because it'll basically overwrite that, I think. So it's not, that's probably not the best way to do it, but just for demonstration purposes, you're basically, instead of getting rid of some of this internal logic it's got going here, I just recopied it at the end here, and that will basically update it every time I open a new shell instance. So it's basically, it's your PS1 variable and all this extra stuff. And you see right here, this little gobbledygook here, I put a space before it and 2 spaces after it. And the final product, once you restart bash, you'll see in your GNOME terminal, you'll have your nice American flag in there. And actually, you will be properly celebrating America and celebrating your independence from the Linux command line with your nice little US flag in your bash prompt. And as I said, if you want to follow that step by step, I've got the steps all listed in my little article on my website that'll be linked in the description or somewhere accessible to you, depending on where you're watching this. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and celebrate America, celebrate your independence. Have a great 4th of July. See you next time.